Hi, welcome. My name is Colleen Young. I am your child's math teacher this year, and welcome to my classroom of 2020-2021 math year. So, a few things. I wanted to introduce yourself again. My name is Colleen Young. Hopefully you're in the right classroom. You should be in your child's math class. You found it all right. Very important that you should get from this. My email is cdyoung. Again, it's cdyoung. There is another C Young, but again, mine is cdyoung. Miss Courtney Young is not going to want to answer your math questions that you have, especially about calc or algebra. So make sure that is the best way to reach me these days. I am often on my emails, so we are all tech this year, and even me, scared of technology, is getting the hang of it. I have been at Fremd for 18 years, the whole time, and so a little bit about myself. This is my family. I have twin 3-year-olds, as well as a stepdaughter that just graduated from Kentucky, one that's a junior at Iowa State, and then I myself am from Ann Arbor, went to Michigan, and did my grad work at Northwestern. And now I'm here, been teaching at Fremd the whole time and loving math. And now a lot more about what the classes are studying that I'm sure we need to navigate. What are the apps we need to be familiar with? Making sure you're checking Infinite Campus, where your child's grades are. So let me direct you through my Schoology pages where you can find everything. So let's get that ball rolling on where everything is located on my Schoology pages. So will you join me and going along our adventure on Schoology? All right, we'll check back in 1 second. Okay, let's get started on 447's Calc, Survey of Calc, period 5. So I want to direct you around what your kids see and what you can see on Schoology. So my entire class can be found here on Schoology. The first thing, when you click on my page here on 447, what's very important is that you can always, and your students can always get to my Zoom link here. So they should never, it's a reoccurring link. They should never have any issues. They are on the B days, and it always says my start time so that they should never have any issues with this, remembering what time that they start. It starts at 7:30 a.m. Another thing that's very important to realize is that I am a tutor on A days from 9:15 to 9:45. Now, I realize that that time does not fit with all of your kids. However, we have academic support, and I will get to showing that at the end, where they can sign up in the afternoons through Sign Up Genius. And there is a math tutor. First of all, there is a math tutor every morning during every single period that is able to help them, as well as in the afternoon from 1:15 to 1:45. I do A day, the first A day, but I've told them to just email me, and I am more than willing to set up an appointment with them as long as I'm available and I don't have meetings. I am reduced load, but I actually have my kids at preschool at the moment. As long as that stays open, then I definitely will be able to, keep my hours available. The thing also on the right-hand side here is the upcoming homework. So it says when they are due and the time they are due. So it's very nice so they can see what things are due and what is not. Now, at the moment, your kids do not have anything in the grade book when you are probably watching this. That is because they have a quiz coming up on Thursday, the 3rd. I put things, instead of putting something in every day that is way too time consuming, I put things in as a lump sum. I will put homework in on the day of a quiz, so everything up until the quiz day. And then I will put everything from that quiz up until the test or the next quiz. So I can just lump it all together. So they will have those as one big assignment. And this is our first quiz, which is why there is nothing in the gradebook at the moment. But trust me, ask your kid for submissions. So for instance, let's begin semester 1. Course information, let's first begin with our very important sheet in here for you to look at. What are the remote tools we will be using? Obviously, Zoom is the number one. Schoology probably is number one, and Zoom. So Schoology and Zoom are here. Your kids were automatically registered into my Schoology. I put them in right away. There is my Zoom link right there and my password, meeting ID, etc. So if they are ever for some reason can't find it, which is probably not likely, same with my Schoology, it's right there, but they'd be in trouble. You can make a snapshot of this, post it, put it somewhere. Then Notability, which they are very familiar with. I haven't done an ed puzzle yet, but that's if I decide to flip a lesson, we don't get through everything. I've created a ed classroom, like an ed puzzle page for them, but I have yet to record myself and teach a lesson that way. I personally am not the biggest fan of teaching my lessons where they watch. I like more the interaction as if we are in class, so they can ask questions as we go along. I can present, I can call on them. I'm trying to make this as realistic as possible, making sure that they are there, they're not taking the dog out, they're, trying to participate as much as possible. Class Kick, I know they aren't as much a fan of it as I am. I like it because as they are working, I can see every screen of the kids. So I really like it because it holds them accountable, and I can see it as if I am walking around a classroom. So I see, oh, so-and-so is on problem 1, so-and-so hasn't started, so-and-so is on problem 10. You can raise your hand and ask the teacher for help. You can ask the fellow classmate, and it's anonymous, so they aren't as intimidated to ask questions. So I've liked this. This is a good tool, I personally think. I know the writing isn't as friendly as Notability, but we're going to get comfortable with it. I might use some of it for testing. I don't like it as much for testing because it's not as secure, but nothing's secure with this type of learning. Exam login is what we're going to use for most of our testing. It locks you out of other websites. Now we have 1,000 other devices, so it is what it is. But we are going to use exam login. That is found in self-service, just like Class Kick. The kids should be familiar with exam login. They've probably used it before. And that's how we will take most of our tests and quizzes. So the kids should be familiar with all of those for the most part, maybe not ed puzzle, but we may not use it. The rest of these, I'm not as concerned with. They should be checking their email on a regular basis. I probably will communicate to them over Schoology. I rarely will send things as a whole class. If I do, I will just notify the whole class. Flipgrid, I'm not very tech savvy, haven't used it yet. Graphing calculator, very, very important is the graphing calculator. They should have one. However, I told them it is not kicked out from self-service, but which one I like is the Calculate 84. The Desmos is great, and that second one, Calculate 84, it mimics that graphing calculator 100%. as far as I've been able to tell. So you don't have to necessarily go out and spend $100, and I'm fine with them. Problem is you can't put it on your school iPad. You've got to put it on a different device. It's free. It's free. It's free. So it's fantastic. Again, parents, constantly be checking your kids' grades. I will be putting in notes all the time. Your child did not submit their homework, submit ASAP. Or for instance, they have not taken the quiz, they have not taken the test, they got this out of that on the quiz or the test. You need to be taking action and checking their grades. I put in a lot of side notes so that you are aware, like didn't submit any homework, or if they got the free 50 percentage, then you will know they didn't do any of their homework, but they happen to get the free 50%, so that you can stay on top of them with what they are doing. It is their choice to now do their homework or not. So you can also monitor what they are doing. So hopefully you can help me out in helping monitor your child as well. This is our semester grade calculation this year. Tests will be worth 50%. Formative work, quizzes, I have an error there. We do not have AP work, my fault. Erase that. So it's just quizzes and other in-class work will be worth 35%, and homework and participation is worth 15%. So the days that they're taking their dog out, I am taking note of that, and they're not participating back. And our percentages are there for their letter grades. So a little bit different grading scale this year. Last but not least, just extra help. When will I be available? Again, I kind of went over that. So that 9:15 to 9:45, and then there is always all the tutoring. Then just some studying techniques, and to have a wonderful year. Now, let's just kind of go through my Schoology page. What can you find? In chapter 2, that's the chapter we're actually on. We started with chapter 2. Chapter 1 was just basic factoring. We didn't need to really do that. We wanted to get into calculus. You will always be able to find the syllabus. I strongly encourage you as a parent to look at this. See what they have. This is for 447. Your child has it on the B days. So this is all the B days outlined. So now, looking at this, this is the homework that they have assigned. Okay, so looking at it, that will be the worksheet they have. It is not due. So if Tuesday, the 18th, they had to do worksheet 2.1a. It is not due until Thursday, the 20th. So and that is when it'll be due. Now, if you see, on Tuesday, the 1st, they had a quiz review, which is due Thursday, the day of the quiz, 9/3. We will do the quiz in class, and that is when I will put that lump of homework from the beginning of school until now. Okay, so that's how my homework will work. Then you can also find all of my blank notes here. I usually put them all in as like a big packet. I also, since we are remote this year, I have put up all my notes keys. I never have done this in the past, but for kids that are absent, for kids that miss a little bit of what I am saying, I've decided this year I wanted to put my notes keys up. I have all of the worksheets up as a packet. The unpublished you will not be able to see. That's just other things I've done in the past or old things. Worksheet keys. I have all of my keys up so that the kids can see my work, follow along. I usually post it the night before it's due or even in the morning so that they can go over it and not copy it. The keys are not meant for copying, they're meant for checking. And again, some of those are old keys because we've changed some things up with what we are doing. This is where it's important. Homework submission. So they submit every day that it's due. If you click on the homework submission, you can check to see if your child has actually submitted. They can recall their old submission and they can make as many submissions as they want, so they can change things. Now, I'm not going to check every day for correctness. You can go on submissions and check if they've submitted, etc. So make sure you're checking that. And that is all that we have. The rest is hidden right now. So that is just a little bit of navigation for you guys. So hopefully that gives you a hint. Every chapter I will have that to go through and have all of these kind of outlined with a syllabus, the notes keys, worksheets keys, homework submissions. Again, very important thing on this. Let's hope I'm not lying. Now I'm trying to remember with course information, remote tools. Let's hope, and now I'm thinking about it. I did not put my email. Oh, yes, I did. Extra help. Make sure communicating again with me. If you have any questions, concerns, anything, please feel free to email me at any time and I will do my best to get back with you. I should within the day, if not within 24 hours. So please feel free to email me. Again, it is cdyoung@d211.org. I look forward to maybe sometime meeting you guys. If not, I'm looking forward to a great year and best of luck to everybody. Have a good evening.